Hey, how you doing? I'm Brad Raven. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Now, a couple of my older videos, which you can see up here, I've talked about my past, especially my gang life and my old, gang days. And so I thought I'd talk to you a little bit more about that, how I got into the gangs, what it was like, and how I got out and what my life is like now. Yeah? So first off, MC life. Yeah, that's how it all started for me. Yeah, I spent a few years with an MC in Australia. That's right. So I'm a tattooist by trade. I've been tattooing for over 30 years. I've tattooed all around the world. Now, tattooing is pretty synonymous with clubs, MCs, gangs, all that kind of stuff, you know. Many years ago in Australia, I started working for a gentleman who was a member of an MC. And I became friends with him and with a lot of the members, and eventually I got into that life. I started partying with them and used to spend a lot of time in the clubhouse, and then eventually went overseas, traveled with them, went to national runs, yada, 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 got involved in it in a big way. Came to a point after a few years, so they just started pestering me like, "Oh man, come on, bro, you need to join. You need to patch up. We'll get you sorted." And I was hesitant. I was really hesitant. I'd kind of been around the club scene for many years, and I'd seen it. When I was a kid, I idolized bikers. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to be Hells Angels since the first time I saw Hells Angels Forever. Like, oh my gosh, these guys were the epitome of men, warriors. I want to be one of them. That's what a man is. That's what brotherhood is. That's sense of belonging. Now, I didn't have that as a kid growing up. I grew up in an abusive family. I didn't have a sense of belonging or brotherhood or anything like that. But I was finding it with these guys. I was like, these guys are cool, So I got to the point where they started pestering me to join. And I just went, yeah, okay. Some other stuff had been going down, and I needed backup. The club was going to be my way of getting that back up, not a good reason to join. But my friend, who was from another chapter, he contacted me and he's like, "Bro, don't join. No, don't want you in it. Stay out. You're better off out of it, okay?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a bit weird." So a few months later, the chapter that I was about to patch in with, the ones who were pestering me, all got put away for a pretty serious crime. I would have gone down with them. Not cool. So I'm truly grateful for my friend for that. So I stuck around for a couple more years. I was still tattooing and working for them, but eventually got away. I got away from the club. And all those years that I was with it, I went through hell. Sure there were good times, sure there was partying, sure there was all the brotherhood, but there was so much stress. There was so much nonsense going on all the time, with other clubs, rivals, people ripping off other people, dodgy deals, drug deals, you name it. It was all going on. And a lot of it, I had to hear about it all the time. So I copped a lot of it. I copped a lot of shit. I copped a lot of threats. And I just went, this is crap. I don't want to be a part of this world. I never wanted this world in the first place. I just wanted to hang out with my brothers. So eventually I got away from that. I was still looking for something. There's still a lot missing in my life. I needed that sense of belonging still, where's my brothers at? So a few years later, I met up with a bunch of dudes from an organization, worldwide. I'd never really heard of it. I went and met with these guys, and it turns out they're all skinheads, nationalists, or radicalists, or whatever you call them. They went, oh, okay, not what I was expecting. Now, I'd known skinheads, in my younger years, and I wanted nothing to do with them. These guys are all scumbags, just horrible people. And I wasn't a racist person, so But then I met one of these guys, and he was with a club, and I'd never heard of it before, a skinhead club. Really? Was that a thing? I became great friends with this guy. He was a good guy, deep down. We had a connection. He was also 20 hours older than me, so we definitely had a connection there. I hung out with him for a long time. We partied a lot. We went to different gigs and all that kind of good stuff. Had the greatest time. And then eventually he asked me to prospect, and I went, "Oh yeah, brother. Yeah, I'm in for that." My wife left me because of it. And, rightfully so. It was a bit of a tumultuous time. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going along with the flow, trying to fit in, trying to be this man, I don't know what I was trying to do. I've been searching for myself for so long. I'd gotten lost, and at this point I thought I'd just keep going with this life. Why not, So eventually I became a prospect for this organization. I became quite prominent in that scene. I organised some events that got a bit of notoriety. I was pretty outspoken, and I became a bit of a figure in the Australian scene. Everyone knew me, everyone respected me, and everyone feared me. I didn't take shit from anyone. After all this, after a couple of years of this, now at this point, I was so entrenched in it, I didn't even notice my life falling apart around me. Work was just drying up for me. Some really just a lot of fails. I didn't link the two. I was like, is what it is. I was starting to question things. Is this really for me? Do I really want to do this? What am I doing this life even for? Have I gotten anything back from it? And I was like, not really. Yeah, I haven't really gotten anything from this, other than a lot of grief. So I started really questioning it. The deciding factor for me was one day I was sitting at the studio, an ASIO officer walks in, and ASIO in Australia is, it's pretty high up. And this dude wanted to interrogate me about the events that we're holding. After the interaction, after he left, I thought to myself, why am I doing this? What's the point of this? I'm getting investigated by ASIO because I organise a couple of events with bands for a whole bunch of dudes, who just have no idea what they're doing in life. This is stupid. This isn't me. I can do much better in life. I had a better life before this nonsense. So it was at that point I decided, that's it, I'm done, I quit. I'm out. And I contacted all the membership, all the members in Australia. I did the rounds. I told them my reasons for leaving, and it was amicable. Well, I thought it was amicable, but it never is. So how did I get out? Well, I just up and left. Now, luckily for me, the organisation that I was with doesn't have a large number in Australia. They're also, to be fair, a bunch of cowards. They really are. I've experienced it, and they are just cowards, and that's why they're so hateful, because they're afraid of everything. They're even afraid of me. So yeah, I got death threats, and they were laughable. I shrugged it off. Bring it on, not a problem. Cool. It took about a year for everything to settle down. Apparently I am beat on sight. I'm still here, hasn't happened. And, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I walked away. As soon as I did, life started changing for me, started improving a little. Things were getting a little bit better. But I'd done so much damage to myself, to my life, I didn't even know who I was anymore. Pretty much after that, I moved back to New Zealand just to be with my family and to do some healing, which I didn't really knew I needed to do at that time. Things came to a head. I tried to end it all. And that's when I changed my life. And I talk about it in my vegan video, so you can go check it out if you want to know more about that. So what was it like for me, the 13 years that I spent with the clubs? For the majority, I do have fond memories, but those fond memories are with the people that I connected with, not with the club, not with that life, definitely not with the hateful, negative shit that goes with it. That never benefited me at all. And that's not the memories I have. The memories are the good people. And they're pretty much all good people to begin with. No one starts out bad. No one starts out hating. No one's born bad. We all learn these behaviors because so many of us, we're missing that little thing in our hearts, love. For me, to be able to share my experiences and my stories is what helps me to heal now. I'm at that point where I can talk about my past life. I can share without embarrassment, without fear of repercussion or reprisal. And I know, I'll probably get some negative comments. Yes, cool, whatever. There's nothing I haven't already heard. We all have a past. Some of us are still living it and they don't know a way out. There is a way out. for every person. You just have to find your way. For me, it was discovering Buddhism and veganism and love, love is the thing that I was missing all my life. And I have that. And it's not love from anyone else, it's love for myself. To know that I don't need anything in my life for me to be able to have the life that I want. I no longer have attachment. I no longer have this sense of I need to belong. I found peace. And I know everyone can. And I say to all those out there, who have lived this life, and have struggled through it and want to get out, do it. Just ask for help. There'll always be someone there to help. You just have to find them, or they'll find you. And to everyone who's walked away from that life, well done. Seriously. I know how hard it is. It was hard for me, but I know it's way harder for others out there. Keep going and just look to those around you and you'll find your tribe. And hey, thank you so much for listening to me share my stories. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate all your comments, all your feedback, all your support, everything. It means the world to me to know that I can share this now with so many people out there. Thank you. And if you did like this video, please feel free to give me a big like, subscribe down below, and hit that little bell to get notified, and you'll be seeing new videos from me every Sunday night, 7 p.m, Mr. Brad Raven on YouTube. Thank you. Thanks all. Have a great day. Peace out. Namaste.